We could chill the whole night.
Ooh, baby, we so toxic, but I love it. You love me, you hate me, and then we fucking. We both want love, we just don't want the risk of being hurt and deserted. So we constantly wondering if we working. I'm matching your energy, you matching my energy. You think it don't get to me? You got me twisted, so twisted. Did your little thing and now you in your feelings?
We wouldn't be here if you wait, cause that was on me too. I ain't got a clean slate, but I was doing me too. But fuck that, how about me and you? Do us, cause it's becoming too much.
Playing these games with you, I wanna lay with you and spend my days with you.
I don't know how much longer I can play with myself. Like I don't care about what you do and who you do it. It's driving me crazy. Baby, let's quit wasting our time. Don't wanna take all your time. I just want you to be mine. And I'll be dedicated to you. Let's have a wedding, baby. Let me cater to you. I'll be dedicated to you. Let's have a wedding, baby. Let me cater to you. You give me butterflies inside like Mike Jack. When you smile, I can't help but smile back. Smack your ass, cause I know you like that. We ain't perfect, but we on the right track. Look, I pull up it to you even when you mad. Smile at you, kiss all on you when you sad. Find out where you at and then caress you where it's at. I'm just trying to show you I'm the best you ever had. I know you see it, say I love you. I hope you mean it when you dream of who you wanna be with. I hope you see this, me licking from your thighs where your feet is. All these hoes deleted, I already told them to beat it. Billie Jean is not my lover. Talk to the man in the mirror, not my brother, that's me. And he now creeping in the back streets. And he told me if you try it, you gon' get your ass beat. I don't know how much longer I can play with myself. Like I don't care about what you do and who you do it. It's driving me crazy. Baby, let's quit wasting our time. Don't wanna take all your time. I just want you to be mine. And I'll be dedicated to you. Let's have a wedding, baby. Let me cater to you. I'll be dedicated to you. Let's have a wedding, baby. Let me cater to you.
We OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods.
I know you guys are probably asking yourselves, who gave this nigga the right to write a Bible? But if we all look past the lies and false teachings of the men that portray themselves to be the powers that be and seek the truth, our lives just as well as all that lives, lives are Bible.
OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods.
No matter what man-made religion we believe in, just being true to thy Lord within ourselves will bring us peace. It's gonna be alright, cause in hell, we can't win the war between good and evil without being truthful to the powers that be.
OGs and young gods, OGs and young gods, OGs.
Just how I do, yeah, she drop her panties. She get loose when she off the tequila. Ooh, I think her name Mandy, I could be wrong, I was sipping on ya by the pool. She had a body, ain't her? Double pump like a shotty, ain't her? I must say, cooling on the brick, she just gon' swing my way. 3 in the morning, been at it all damn day. the clock, it's time to play. And you know it, know it. So let's drink and party. That's enough said, we gonna drink and party. If you throw that ass up, then it must come down. Let's drink and party. I ain't about to have an empty cup. Let's drink and party. All we gon' do tonight. Yeah, starting kinda slow, right? Now we all taking shots like it's gang beef. Getting lit like the Hollywood sign. But we ain't in the hills, don't text me. 9 nails like the Hollywood sign. Everybody get their own, no passing. 4 bitches in the cool after. Goddamn, just call me the captain. I swear on it, damn. Chain so cold, I could put it in a cup. Ain't no waste of the liquor if you pour it on a bus. She can make that thing clap like a semi or a 9. She gon' toot it up for a repost, or to take a couple pictures on the speedboat. This a night to remember, but we all might forget. I'm putting meat on the grill, I guess I'm just the best chef. There's always one girl who can't handle her liquor. Always in the face first, lapping my niggas. Drinking that shit like you thirsty, cause she know that she bad looking curvy. I'ma get a hole in one like a birdie. Got her hair done, got her nails did. Baby, I'm a different man off the Hennessy, cause you know what it do, don't tempt me. So let's drink and party. That's enough said, we gonna drink and party. If you throw that ass up, then it must come down. Let's drink and party. I ain't about to have an empty cup. Let's drink and party. All we gon' do tonight. Drink and party. That's enough said, we gonna drink and party. If you throw that ass up, then it must come down. Let's drink and party. I ain't about to have an empty cup. Let's drink and party. All we gon' do tonight.
F&G shit. F&G shit. Shout
Big homie Trey Boogie.
We slide.
Johnny Rocket.
Sliding in the rentals, trying to run the milli up. In the southeast, Trey Boogie been a plug. Rubber bands on the blues, hella panoramic views. If you get into it with the squad, you can never lose. It's on the flow like Yellow Rider. I got your vibe on her toes like nail polish. In the city, we get respected from everybody. You about to pull up on Trey Boogie, now let's chop it. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. Got it wet, it's not a cut. Ain't worried about what nobody else got, cause I got enough. Me and Trey Boogie locked in, he threw a lob, I dunk. Heard the beat and sauced it up, can't nobody go hard as us. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up.
Yes, yes, yes. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey, this is Let's Chop It Up. I'm your big homie, Trey Boogie, and I appreciate everybody that's coming on. Like, share, subscribe. Let's keep it going. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, today, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I got the homeboy on here, right? My veteran homeboy, right? My brother now, you know, he's my brother now, you know. Man, I'm excited to have him, man. A very talented, funny comedian, Mike Diamond. What's up, brother?
What's good, homie?
Good.
Thanks for having me on, bro.
Man, thanks for coming on. You know, thanks for coming on. Hey, first of all, you know, as a veteran, thank you for your service.
Likewise,
you know, we got to keep it going. You know, that brotherhood. No matter what branch you was in, we all serve. You know, some gave all. What did you say? Some gave some. Some gave all.
Gave some, but some gave all.
There it is. You know, I'm brain fog, man. Brain fog. brain fog. I don't know how I messed that up. I've been getting mad at other people. But yeah, man, hey, let's get it going, man.
Yeah.
So I need you to go ahead and give your, I call it an elevator pitch, right?
All right.
Go ahead and tell them who you are, where you come from. We already know what you do, but go ahead and give them the spill.
Yeah, for y'all that don't know me, is Mike Diamond, stand-up comedian based out of San Diego, originally from Brooklyn, New York. I've been all over the place doing this comedy thing now. Trey was just saying, I was in the Marine Corps, got out, got into the business world, and after a while, I was just like, nigga, I'm funny, bro. Like, it's time for me to like keep it real with myself. So when the time approached, I went ahead and took it by the reins, and it's been moving, real smooth lately, man. So, I'm appreciating it.
That's right. You've been working hard.
I've been working hard, bro. I'm in the lab big time.
All the time. Hey, so how long have you been on the comedy journey? And what were you doing? I know you was in the military and everything else, but before you knew you was funny?
Yeah. So I think I always had like a little bit of that, that sense of humor that kind of went outside the lines of everybody else. I always saw things a little bit different. So I think that's always been there. I just wasn't really in environments where it was welcomed. You know what I'm saying? And, like I said, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And, there's a certain persona that we had to have back in the day out there. And then, going to the Marines, the same thing. I was in the Marine Corps during the time when we was deploying back to back to back. So, yeah, I was able to have a sense of humor, but not be a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, not have it be about me. And so, to answer your question, I started doing comedy. Well, my first taste of comedy came, I don't know, probably 13 years ago. I was working at a bar, and one of the bartenders was having a birthday party at that bar. And she and all of the other bar staff was like, yo, you funny as shit. Why don't you come, do a little bit of comedy for my birthday? I would love that. And I was like, look, man, I might be conversation funny, but I don't know if I'm on stage funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I can go up there and do that. And they ended up talking me into it. And so one thing led to another. I said yes. And I didn't think about it from the moment she asked me to the night of the show. She just hit me up like probably 2 or 3 hours before and was like, I can't wait to see what you came up with. And I was like, oh, shit, I ain't even thinking nothing, right? So I got on my motorcycle and I rode to the club. And from my house to the club, I thought of 10 minutes worth of comedy. And it was at a time when I had just met my ex-wife. So it was my first experience dating a single mother, being with a little kid. It was a whole lot of comedy just already built in that. But I didn't even know how to structure a joke. I didn't know how to put a punchline in, nothing. But I went on stage and did a damn good job. And
that's what's up.
I didn't touch it again for a hot little minute, probably like a year or two. And then I had another little opportunity pop up for like an Elks Lodge, like real old people. And when I say old, I'm talking like 65 and above, all white, like, and I had to go in there and try that. Right. So I'm coming into the game with like the most challenging ways to do it. And at this point, I had never done it for free. I had never did an open mic. I never did any of those things. So I was like dibbling and dabbling. And then I left it alone. I got into the banking industry. I started working for a bank. And through working at the banks, I learned the mortgage side of things. And then I got licensed to do mortgages. And so now myself and my partner, we run a real estate and mortgage brokerage. We do property management. And I've been doing that ever since. And so only a year ago did I like really start putting it down, like really working hard. Matter of fact, around the time I first met you, that was when I was first on a really fast and really write material and put myself on stage every single night, like just a little bit before I met you, man.
How did you hear about the Who's Next event we were doing? And big up to Nimi and DJ Poncho.
Yeah. So I was talking with another comedian, a guy named Tone D Mac. He's based out of Oceanside, California. And he was telling me that he was going to this spot, and I was like, yeah, let me go check it out, So I went that first time. I thought it was a cool little vibe. I ended up meeting you that very first time. And then we started talking about me coming to perform there and all of that. And so those conversations behind the scenes ended up turning into me being there for real, and ended up being a kind of regular. I was there all the time for a minute. So I got to try a lot of new material that I wasn't doing on other stages in your spot. So thank you for even, extending that to me. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get somebody to take a chance on you when you're brand new, man. So like as a comedian, it start with being funny. You got to show them drive and show people you're serious. But you could be the best salesman in the world. If you get on that stage, you can't get no laughs, and it'll be the last time you do it. So I think you saw something in me, and I started vibing with you and Nimi real hard, and the rest was history, man. You and Nimi family to me, man. I'll always perform for y'all, whatever y'all got.
All the time, and hey, man, you came in and you was killing it. You was killing it. You heard the other comedians, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I'm glad he's up in here because he was killing it, man.
You know what, man? It's hard because, in San Diego, I was just having this conversation the other day, man. In San Diego, it's probably, I don't know, it's probably 200 or so, 250 people walking around calling themselves comedians.
True.
But it's only a handful, like, it's a handful for real that really going in and bring the heat. You know what I'm saying? And anytime I talk to somebody about prices to commission me to work, there's always that little bit of resistance. Like, oh man, I don't know if I can afford that or if I want to pay that or whatever. I tell everybody the same thing. Hey, look, you get what you pay for, bro. Go ahead and get one of these free comics to come in here. But there's definitely a line for cheap versus quality, or paying a little bit more or paying at all.
Right. To
get somebody good, yo. Because these dudes be out here for 5, 6, 7 years, like not asking for a dime. But I think deep down inside, they just know they're not really there yet to charge. And I came in kind of swinging. I love this, bro. Like, I love comedy. I stay up late. I wake up early. I write jokes in the middle of the night. I'll do 2, 3 shows in the night. Like, I love this. And so for the work that I put in, for the stories that I write, for the punchlines that I put out there, I could work. I work white crowds, black crowds, old crowds, young crowds. The way I work, I know I'm going to take care of you. So I need to be taken care of too. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk, and you real professional, like a lot of people come in, do what they do and leave. You one of the last people, there, and you shaking hands with everyone. And, I like that about you. I like that about you.
I'm glad you said that, bro. That's definitely the reputation and the legacy I want to have. Like, this is show business and we all about the show, but the business part, that's the part that really take the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, to go on stage and do my bit, like, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but the real work for real to grow your brand is what you do after you get off that stage. Like, when I perform, bro, I get off that stage and you've seen it. I shake every hand. I thank them like they came just to see me. I could be one of 5 people on the lineup. I thank everybody for coming. I invite them to follow my social media, check out my clips, share them, whatever. Like, I make sure everybody shook my hand, yo, because I think at the end of the day, even more than them remembering what I say on stage, they'll go home and they might see my clip a year from now and be like, yo, I remember I shook his hand. He was nice to my wife. He complimented my daughter. We had the same sneakers on, right? Like, they'll remember the fact that they met you and you were somebody that was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I ain't never too big, or, I'm just another man. But I want to make sure everybody in that crowd know I see you, I appreciate you, and I want you to come to another one, man. That's the only way I'm gonna blow up.
And that's how you grow. I'll just say that's exactly how you grow, and blow up.
Yep.
You remember your first joke you ever wrote?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Yep. My first joke. So my first joke, I was talking about the dating apps, and I was like, I had finally been single for the first time in a long time. You know what I'm saying? Me and my ex-wife had split, and so I was on the dating apps, and I was like, you know what, man? I've been dating black girls my whole life. This is my chance to finally, go to the other side of the rainbow, try me a white girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard they was good for your body, rich in vitamin D. You know what I'm saying? So I go ahead and get on the dating apps, and I'm swiping, and I must have passed 1,000 completely eligible white women. You know what I'm saying? But every time I see one I think I like, they fuck it up the same way. The white girls online, they fuck it up the exact same way every single time. Because I'll see a picture, she'll have a pretty face, and then I'll go to another picture and she might have a nice little body. But without fail, that third picture is always a picture of her tongue kissing her dog.
Oh Lord. Oh, Lord.
And it's like, why do you do that, yo? Like, I understand you love your dog, but it's not a part of the family for real. You know what I'm saying? And so the dog people go crazy every time I do that when I say he not really family. And so I ask somebody in the crowd, like, if your dog was sick, what's the most amount of money you would ever pay to keep your dog alive? And I had a lady in the crowd one time say, $10,000 max.
Wow.
Like that made it better, right? $10,000 max. I said, that is way too much for you. I wouldn't pay $10,000 to keep my mama alive, bro. Like, pull that plug, bro. So yeah, that was like the first joke I ever said on stage, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Remember how did everyone in your, the folks around you take when you told them I'm gonna be a comedian?
Well, it's funny you say that, man, because right before I got into comedy, I was in politics. I don't know if me and you ever talked about this.
Nah.
Maybe we did. But yeah, I was a politician.
I didn't remember you being a politician.
Yeah, I was a politician, man. That's actually the reason why I use an alias on stage and don't use my real name. But I was running for office, and I was working as a legislative aide for another elected official, and I was really moving and shaking in the political world.
Out here, or okay.
Yeah, San Diego County, yeah. And one thing led to another, and I was running against an incumbent, like somebody that was already in office. I was running against her, and they ain't have nothing on me, right? Like, politics is nasty. For anybody that want to run for office, just understand, yo, if you ever went to bed without taking a bath, somebody gonna find out, and they gonna tell everybody, right? But for me, I'm kind of straight edge, man. I've never been to jail. I don't do drugs. I don't, I'm a veteran. Like, it's hard to make me look bad publicly, with anything that's on paper, because I really haven't been in trouble. So this lady paid a bunch of money to have a private investigator look me up, and all they could find was that video from 10 years prior when I was doing comedy. And they took a bunch of sound bites, and they made me look terrible, bro. Like, they was comparing me to Trump.
Wow.
But the thing is, you know what? They all said that I was offensive. They said it was brash, but nobody said it wasn't funny. Nobody said it wasn't true. And it was like, every time I ended up in front of the press for my political stuff, like for my campaigns, I always ended up talking about comedy. So I was like, obviously these people want to see me do comedy, because that's all they talking to me about. You know what I'm saying? And I'll even share it, man. Like, the thing that they took from the interview or from the comedy set was, I was saying, like, if you a dude, right, and you like a 5, and you get lucky enough to bag a girl that's like an 8 or a 9, your insecurities are gonna go crazy, because you're trying to figure out, how many men she been with before you, whatever, your insecurities be there. And I warn men, don't ask that woman how many men she been with, because she ain't gonna tell you. She gonna lie, right? And I'm like, but even if she was gonna be honest, right? If she was to tell you the truth, could you handle it?
Right.
Like, do you really want to know?
Right.
You want to know about that girl's trip to Jamaica when she fucked a 15-inch dick bartender named Dexter? You want to know about him?
Right.
You want to know the real reason why she had stomach pain when she came back from Mexico? You know what I'm saying? Right. So the whole thing was really about let women live and focus on being her last. This is really something for women, like, to uplift them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, let that woman do her thing. But man, they chopped that shit up so much, bro. Because I was like, she ain't gonna tell you everything, bro. She only gonna tell you about the men that she was in love with, that she broke up with. Right. She ain't gonna tell you about the dude that played her and left her on red. She ain't gonna tell you about that one night stand Tinder date when the date was going real good in the movie theater. She reached over and blew him off and never spoke to him again. She ain't gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? And so in the set, I was coming up with all these hypotheticals, but the media was saying that these were my stories. So they was in the paper like, yeah, he's talking about times he was in a movie theater and somebody topped him off, and this and that. And it was like, it was crazy, bro. So
it's a dirty game.
A dirty game, yeah. So after a while, I just said, you know what, man, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this alone. I want to be able to be myself. At the time, I was 39. I was like, you know what, man, this second half of my life, after war, after business, after politics show, I just want to do something that make me happy. This is something I always wanted to do. I've always been a fan of comedy. So this is going to be it, man. This is what I'm going to do. And I've really been keeping my head down and really focusing on it. And you already know, man, like it's nonstop for me. So
real talk. I thought they pulled, put the video of you talking about the white girls with the dog.
Nah, look, I ain't do that till later. I ain't do that till I came back in.
Okay.
Yeah, all that other shit was from before. That was when I was like new. Yeah.
So I want to ask you too, who are your those comedians that you look, up to, I'll say, in the game?
You know what, man? I get that question a lot, and I look up to different people for different things. Like I don't really look at brand new comics or the ones that's like real hot right now. Because as a comedian, it's so easy to be influenced by other people. And if you know anything about Carlos Mencia, like he's like blackballed in the comedy world because I feel like he was a victim of this. He's just I think he might have just been a fan watching other people's shit, and then would have a thought one day thinking it's original, but it was really influenced by somebody else. So I don't really watch a lot of new people. Yeah, you got to be a real standout to get my attention as a newer comic. You know what I'm saying? Like Hannibal Buress, Matt Rife is making a lot of waves, but I pay attention to the old dudes, yo. Like I love Robin Harris. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle is an icon, but again, not even really for being funny. The reason why I like Dave Chappelle is because he has this real unique way of making you laugh and educating you at the same time. Right? Like you walk out of his shows a little bit smarter, aware of things that you didn't even know was popping, right? So I like Chappelle because his commentary is just, he's got so many layers. You know what I'm saying? Obviously Bernie Mac, and the energy that I use on stage, I actually try to emulate the energy that Bernie brings to the stage. Not saying I try to act like Bernie, but that I'm not scared of you motherfuckers attitude.
Right.
I like to walk into a room with 1,000 people or 12 people and let you understand you ain't gonna just sit here and smile at me and be polite. You gonna laugh at me, right? This ain't no TED Talk, right? And I make sure I punch you in your gut with them jokes, right? So Bernie had a way of like commanding your attention. He respected himself so much that crowd wouldn't dare disrespect him. So I like him for that. D.L. Hughley, back in the Def Jam days, he was the best when it came to off the top interaction with the crowd. Like the crowd work that you see today, where you see the dudes like Nate Washington and Matt Rife, he's another one. They do an hour worth of crowd work. I feel like that started with D.L. Hughley exchanging the dozens with people in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like different people for different things, man. Robin Harris was a hustler. Like for people that don't know Robin Harris, that's the dude from Bebe's Kids. Right? And behind the scenes, Robin Harris didn't get his flowers until later, like after he died.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people, that happens to a lot of people.
Yeah. But before that, when it wasn't really a lot of black comics on the big stage, and getting that attention like that, he was running shows where all the black people went. All the black people knew you got to go to Robin's show. And he was back and forth between 2 or 3 shows, creating stage time for people that ended up blowing up and excelling beyond him. But that was his lane. You know what I'm saying?
They call it the Chitlin circuit.
The Chitlin circuit, exactly. So yeah, I got a lot of heroes. I'm influenced by a lot of people, bro. All of them for different reasons, but these fools was working hard in a way back in the day that we don't even have to work hard today. Like I like to think I work hard, but I ain't never had to carpool with 4 people and sleep in the car for 4 months with nobody to perform in another city. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not Instagram famous or nothing like that. I ain't got 100,000 followers off some skits, but that's kind of the name of the game these days, where like you can make a name for yourself with the internet first and then go straight from that to headlining at the Laugh Factory.
Right.
And they'll give you that because they know people will come see you because you got followers. You know what I'm saying? And you know, not all of them, but I have seen a lot of those guys really struggle with being able to be a stand-up. You know, doing those skits. You know, there is talent that goes into writing and casting and all of that stuff, but when you on stage, bro, there is no cut. There is no refilm. Like you got to be on. You got to be all the way turned on stage in a way that you never are in your regular life. So, yeah, man, like I like a lot of people for different reasons, and even these new guys, I'm learning how to play ball, man. I'm actually I'm gonna go inside the garage. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But yeah, different people for different reasons, man.
Yeah, that's right. You know, you say you don't work hard. You know, you not the hardest. You don't think you're the hardest worker, but you the hardest working comedian I ran into out here. You know, because every time I turn around, your name is on the flyer somewhere. Yeah. You know, ever since you, I like to say, ever since you came to the Who's Next, you've been blowing up, man. You've been blowing up. You know.
Well, you know what though? A big part of that too is I take marketing very seriously. So I don't care whose show it is, how big it's gonna be, how small it's gonna be. I make my own flyers. I put my own shit out. I make sure that the quality behind my name is always there. I don't normally leave it up to people to create a good flyer or a good video. I learned how to do all of that stuff just to make sure that my footprint was solid.
That's right. And man, you know, the places you've been performing at in San Diego, you know, you at the big comedy spots.
Yeah, man. I'm
in LA, House of Blues.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I do the House of Blues in Anaheim a lot. And actually, when we get off the phone, I'm gonna be doing I'm going up to the Comedy Store on Sunset tonight.
Wow.
So yep, gotta stay busy, bro. And I mean, and that's a networking thing too. Like, you know how you was talking about how I go and shake everybody's hand and stuff like that. Like I do that with the producers and the staff and the bartenders and the door guys. Like I do that with everybody. So a big reason why I've been able to, you know, stay booked and stay busy is because I'm out there not scared to put my face in front of people. Like just now, you asked me a minute ago, like, yo, what was your first joke? Can you tell me? Most people will be like, nah, I ain't gonna tell no joke like that. You got to come see me. I'll tell a joke anywhere, bro. I'll shake anybody's hand. You know what I'm saying? There was a time when I had to do this shit for free, but like today, I'm not looking to get rich right away. I'm not the most expensive comedian to have booked, but I guarantee you could put me in a lineup with 10 other comedians from this region. They ain't messing with me on that stage, bro.
That's real. That's real. That's real. I could vouch for that. For that. You know, I remember we was talking about trying to collab on something, and then you was talking about what you wanted to do, and then you did it. You put together your own show. Yeah.
I was saying I wanted to produce. Yeah, I said I wanted to put my own show together. One, because working for other shows, you only work it for, you know, $50 to $200-$300, maybe $500. But when you got your own show and you book in the comics, you know, you're able to make some real money. So I wanted to just learn that side of it, the production side, and be able to up my wallet a little bit. But I also just knew that at that time in my career, there was just a lot of things that I didn't know. And I had to figure it out. You know, people do be gatekeeping with info. And so after being told some convoluted answer every time I ask a question, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and do it for myself. So I didn't want to do my first show in California. I live here. I ain't want a bunch of friends and family to come. I wanted to be in front of a crowd that I curated from marketing. I wanted to do everything from scratch. And so I went all the way out to Vegas, bro. And from the outside looking in, it was like, oh yeah, he got this big show in Vegas. Bro, I took a Greyhound, a 10-hour Greyhound ride. I ain't have no money in my pocket when I did it. My seat was right next to the damn bathroom on the bus. Lord. I was gonna piss the whole way up there. I had a friend out there was gonna let me use her, but she was out of town, bro. I was sitting outside her house for like 5 hours waiting for her cousin to come home and give me the key. Like I went through so many things behind the scenes that it was crazy. And even when I showed up, like there was no DJ, so I was like running the show, booking the talent. I was DJing that joint, doing all the intros and outros, taking pictures, and then
Wait a minute. It was you DJ too?
I DJ'd. I did everything, bro. Hey, look, if it got to get done, it got to get done. But I learned
and it had
so
your
much.
Name, it had your name on it too. So you know,
my name is on the banner, and you know, I didn't even know the guys who I booked that night. Like from the night before, I went online just looking up Vegas comics, and I'm like, yo, you want some stage time? I can put a couple of bucks in your pocket, blah blah blah. And I got 3 of them to show up with 24 hours notice. Wow. And they did all right. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna have my man Jay Reed do it. He's my comedy connection out there in Vegas, but he was in Dubai at the time. But it's all right. No harm, no foul. But yeah, I learned a lot about putting the show together when I got out there. And when I came back, I had like a whole new energy. I had a whole new respect for people that put shows on. You know what I'm saying? If somebody invite me to come perform somewhere, I don't give them the same grief that I did when I was naive to how all of that shit happens. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work putting the show together, especially when you by yourself. So I did that whole thing by myself, collecting the money, paying everybody out. I did everything, bro.
Wow.
And I feel like I can put a show on anywhere now after that experience.
I'm still interested in doing what we talked about, so we'll talk about that offline.
No doubt,
I want to do that. I want to do that. You know,
we need to.
Yeah, I want to go to something real quick. We're gonna play a little video real quick. It's about a minute long, y'all. 1 second.
Okay.
My girl's a catfish though. Real shit. My girl's a catfish, but like the opposite way. Because her pictures was mid. I ain't gonna lie. Her pictures was mid, but when she pulled up, homie, she was fine as fuck. I ain't know what to say. I'm a comic. I always know what to say. When she got that call, all I was thinking was like, don't fuck up the bag, yo. Let her cook. She was looking good. That's all right there. She was way too good for me, though. All right, it's about me. Calm down. It's crazy. After every show, I'm the one that do all the work, and she signed the autographs and taking pictures. No, she was out there looking way better than her pictures. And I gotta be honest, man, the journey to finding her online was not an easy one. I had some real catfish before. Like, I went on a date one time, this girl was so goddamn ugly. Yo, I thought I was on an episode of Scooby-Doo. I was ready to pull her mask off. All that was under there was the breeze of her lace front. She was like, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Mike Diamond, man. Hey, you just a natural on the stage, brother. You just so natural on the stage, man.
Yeah. It's my job to look natural.
I know that's right, man.
I be nervous like everybody else, man, but it's my job to, go up there and deliver. So honestly though, my nerves are only really there like that 30 seconds that they introducing me. Like backstage, green room, like I'm cool as ice. When they be like, all right, the next one coming up, this our headliner for the night, and he from Brooklyn, New York, and he this and that, that's when my heart start pumping. But I think it's more like just I'm ready to get in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my heart go from 1,000 beats a minute to as soon as I grab the mic, bro, I feel like I'm just sitting on the corner of my bed talking to my people, bro. Like it's that calm. I feel like I'm just chilling in the room talking to my homies, and it makes it easy for me to laugh at myself, laugh at the people in the crowd, deal with hecklers. Like all of it is easier because I really don't deal with the anxiety of people. Maybe I had to do with the Marine Corps. I don't know. But I'm not scared of people, man. I love it.
I was going to ask you that too. Hecklers. How I seen a video where you had a little drunk heckler. You know what I mean? Do you like when somebody heckle you?
You know what, man? I like being able to go on stage and do what I prepared. And, it's like heckling a comedian is like going to a movie theater and halfway through the movie, somebody cut the film, to tell you what they think in the middle of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't a team sport, but at the same time, sometimes it helps because I am quick. So you know, I'll handle a heckler, and I got videos out there that blew up, you know, handling people in the crowd. So do I like it? I mean, it come with the territory. But I would much rather go on stage and be able to do what I planned and have everybody leave in a good mood and happy, and I ain't got to apologize to nobody after the show, because you know
Right.
I shake hands with everybody, including the people that I had to put in a place. So I have definitely had to buy some drinks in the past because niggas wanted to fuck me up, and you know what I'm saying. I ain't trying to get locked up. I ain't trying to get killed. So like, a matter of fact, one time at Bob's, bro, I was performing there, and it was a bunch of Bloods in the room. I don't know if you remember this.
You did that other event.
Yeah.
It
was a bunch of Bloods there.
Mm-hmm.
Right before I started, I was like, look, I see a lot of red in this room, and I know what that means. But just understand, if we go outside, they gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, nigga. I ain't scared, right? Like, I had to like assert myself, right? But on the inside, I was like, I hope these niggas laugh. I hope they laugh, bro. And halfway through my set, one of them dudes, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was flamed up, mouth full of gold. Dude ran up on stage. He thought it was so funny. He had to run up in the middle of my set to throw his arm over my shoulder and laugh with me in the middle of the set. Matter of fact, it was a picture of that.
I know who you're talking about. Just by the description.
Yeah, your boy Philly took a picture of that. It's actually one of my favorite pictures performing, man. It's like, any environment could be a good environment, yo. If you are a comic that is sensitive and easily intimidated or easily annoyed, then you might not want to do this, yo. You got to be able to kind of roll and shake with it no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And in that moment, I was like, oh, yeah, I got him. I could have easily been like, yo, man, it's my time. But
right.
I knew I had that crowd when he jumped up on stage.
We grew up in an era of, out here we call it basing on each other. You know,
Yeah.
people call it dirty dozens.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I was a comedian, I would look for somebody to do so I could just eat them up real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I go hard with the dozens, bro. You know, being from New York, everybody funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I was young, yo, like one of my first times getting, hurt me in the chest, right? My cousin Tiffany, shout out to my cousin Tiffany. I was picking on my brother, and she always kind of had his back or whatever. And me and her got into the dozens, and she was like, man, she said, you so skinny, you could do push-ups under the door.
Mm.
And I remember being a little boy ready to cry when I heard that shit. I was like, damn, under the door, right? And so it definitely had me ready to either learn how to throw them jokes or learn how to fight. And I ended up having a little bit of both. So yeah, my cousin Tiffany got me started with that shit.
That's right. So, hey, I know you be working hard. You got something, you know, you got a gig tonight. What else is next for you? Where can people come see you at? You know, this is the point of the interview where you let them know where you're going to go, where you're going to be, how they can follow you, and give your shout outs you want.
All right. So first and foremost, Instagram. I started an Instagram for my comedy. So if you want to see more clips like the one that Trey Boogie just showed, that's all on my Instagram. And that's under Mike Diamond Comedy. Real simple, no spaces. Mike Diamond Comedy. It's Mike Diamond on Facebook as well, and Mike Diamond Comedy on YouTube. But my Instagram is where I really got to grow it. As far as what's coming up, if y'all don't know who Justin Silver is, you are living under a rock. My man got 5 million followers on social media. Hilarious, him and his wife. I did a show with him probably 3 months ago, and it was fire. I mean, we had magic in that room at Mike Drop Comedy Club in San Diego. And so he said on video, he was like, yo, this ain't the last time y'all gonna see us together. This is a funny dude. And he kept his word. He coming back to San Diego November 17th. And he called me up and asked me if I wanted to get on board. And of course, I'm gonna do it. So November 17th at Mike Drop Comedy Club in San Diego, we're gonna be performing again, me, Justin Silver, and a host of other comedians. And me and Justin are going to Arizona on the 19th. So the 17th and the 19th, those are the next real big ones I got going on. I got some a show going on with LAPD at the end of the year for Christmas, but I think that's more of a private thing. But you can catch me at your local comedy club. I'm a Laugh Factory regular. I'm gonna be up at LA Comedy Store tonight. So yeah, man, just follow me online. I put my dates up every time something come up.
Hey, and we're gonna be
and
doing
actually one last thing. I got a brand new regular Friday spot. Friday night, producing my own show down in Lakeside, California at Yas Hookah Lounge, YAS Hookah Lounge. Every single Friday, it's gonna be me and 2 other comedians that I bring up there, maybe even 3. We got good food, hookah, good liquor.
Lakeside.
Show don't start till 10. Yeah, Lakeside, bro.
Out here.
And yeah,
Lakeside.
yeah.
Santee. Lakeside.
That's right.
Lakeside,
bro. So we just got that off the ground last week. So tomorrow is gonna be our second time doing it. The first night I did 45 minutes of comedy by myself. It was a party up in that joint. So if you ain't doing nothing tomorrow night or any Friday coming forward, get out there to Yas Hookah Lounge. The place is dope. The owners are dope. The hookah is amazing. If you into hookah, the hookah is really good. So I'll see y'all there.
Man, that's dope. That's dope. I used to live in Lakeside, man, back in the day when it wasn't too many of us out there. You know what I'm saying? You know what we call that place out here. But I may have to come check you out. You know, and
please do.
And I'm gonna be back. You know, we're gonna be doing something again once I get done with what I got to deal with.
Of course,
the shows are gonna continue. So I look forward to booking you again. You know, I'll be chopping it up with you. You know, you my brother. You know, nothing but love for you. And likewise. I see big things for you, bro. Keep going, man. Keep going.
Thank you, my brother.
Your shout outs you want to give before?
Yeah, man. First off, shout out to my babies, Morgan and Maya. Those are my daughters. Shout out to my girl, Asia. I love you. Shout out to all the comedians that's out here in the grind, man, because this shit ain't easy. I could sit up, but there's no rules to this shit. You know, you got to go out there and make it happen. So anybody who choosing to chase their dream, shout out to you, man. And anybody who ever paid money to see me, big thank you to you. So that's all my shout outs.
Hey, Mike Diamond, I appreciate you, my brother.
All right, my man.
Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing.
I definitely will, my man.
What? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, hey, before I go, I always got to say this, How can I say it? I'm going to say it like this. Us black, us brown, us yellow, don't be scared to go to the doctor, okay? Don't be scared to go get a physical, go get your checkups, because whatever, if you happen to have an illness or something, if they could catch it early, you have a better chance at it, man. You know, those following me know what's going on. Surgery coming up again. But hey, we're going to keep going, man. It's your big homie, Trey Boogie. And I'll holla.
F&G shit. Shout
big homie, Trey Boogie.
We slide.
Johnny Rocket.
Sliding in the rentals, trying to run the milli up. In the southeast, Trey Boogie been a plug. Rubber bands on the blues, hella panoramic views. If you get into it with the squad, you can never lose. It's on the flow like Yellow Rider. I got your vibe on her toes like nail polish. In the city, we get respected from everybody. You about to pull up on Trey Boogie, now let's chop. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. Let's chop it up. Got it wet, it's not a cut. Ain't worried about what nobody else got, cause I got enough. Me and Trey Boogie locked in, he threw a lob, I done. Heard the beat and sauced it up, can't nobody go hard as us. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up. If you talking about the game, let's chop it up. If you talking about the hustle, let's chop it up. If you talking about the grind, let's chop it up. Talking about some fly vibes, baby, let's chop it up.